How did you feel when you received the MBA scholarship?
Oh, I was over the moon. I was very excited because I could see that getting the scholarship is going to bring many opportunities for me personally, where I will be learning more of leadership skills. And I also like the program because I was excited because I know that this MBA is a bit different from the other normal traditional MBAs, because it's more active learning where I can implement what I'm learning while I'm still studying. So it's very exciting for me.
Okay. For you?
I think she said it. Also very excited. Also didn't actually expect to get it. So it was a bit of a surprise, but a wonderful surprise. And also a little overwhelming, because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's something when you've wanted something for so long, when you finally get it, it's like scary but exciting.
Yeah.
So it was feelings of excitement, but also a little bit scared of what the program is gonna bring.
And for how long did you want it?
I found out about the MBA from my boss, actually, from my employer. It was 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I've been applying for the past 3 years. So the third time I finally got the MBA when I actually thought I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I got it, it was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. For you,
The same. I'm also happy. It felt too good to be true that finally you can afford to have an MBA for free, because if we have to look at the MBA fees, especially in South Africa, it's something that is not achievable. So when I got it, I could not believe. I was so thankful and grateful and so happy, because I tried earlier on and I got a 50%, the DIC gets in one, and I could not afford to raise the 200,000 rand that was required, and I reapplied. So when I got it, I was so happy and grateful, and I just said, there we go, we're going to do the action learning.
And how have you experienced the program so far?
It's been so insightful, I must say. It's profound. There is a lot in it, different from all the other MBAs that we read about, that we hear people talking about, because this is more of application. It's not only theory. The theory that you learn in class, it should be applicable to your situation. Like what Prof. Pia explained to us, that it's a Montessori kind of learning where you do what you want. You have to do it within the region or within whatever the curriculum, but you do what you want depending on your situation, because we've got different situations. So where I come from, I'll do that. From my own organization, I have to apply it in my own organization.
Yes.
Okay.
And also it allows more interaction in class. It's not about, like I said earlier, it's not a traditional MBA. It's more interactive. There are no wrong answers. You state your mind and we help each other. That is also what I like about it. As we are from different African countries, we learn about cultures, how they do things, how you can employ some of what they're doing into your organization to help it grow. At the end of the day, as much as it's about me, but it's about making the change to the organizations we're working and also to the communities and to the country at large.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
To add something, or
they
all said
I think
it.
they said everything.
I can understand. Yeah. What is your expectation with regards to your personal and organizational development?
For me, it's personal growth. Knowledge, gaining more knowledge and more insight. And I was telling the class yesterday that, as she said, we learn so much from each other and about each other. and that information is stuff you can piece together in order to know more. And all this knowledge will actually help me apply myself in my workplace in the organization. So this will not just benefit me, but also my community, because we work with rural communities.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that all the knowledge that I gain here will help me with my work, and also the experiences that I will get will help me better myself and my organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For you, it's different, or
It's more or less the same, and also for the other one is for the organization, for BSN, and if BSN can continue to do this, if we can continue to have these NAFIC scholarships, especially with us African women, because we still have that huge gap that needs to be covered. We're now moving into that era where women now want to be working mothers, we want to grow in our careers, and there's been so many stumbling blocks. So we're actually very grateful that they are considering women more, and it's also empowering us, and it will empower the generation to come after us, because we have to start from somewhere.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. And how about a trip to the Netherlands?
I enjoyed the trip so much. It was my first time going out of my continent. I've been to other countries, but within the continent. I was very excited. On my first day, on Monday, I slept through till 5 to 9, and the shuttle was to pick us up at 20 to 9. I only woke up at 5 to 9. I don't know, maybe it was because of excitement. I slept jet lag, the combination of that. I was excited. I was really excited. And to meet different people from different cultures and to learn about their cultures as well.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. It broadens one's mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it's also very tiring.
Yeah, it was also my first time out of South Africa. So the journey was very long, firstly. But at least I see the time difference between Netherlands and South Africa is only an hour apart. So that wasn't too much of an adjustment. But I must say, Netherlands is completely different from where we come from.
Yes.
The one thing that most of us were not complaining, but that we're all talking about was, where are the people? You hardly see people walking around. Unlike back in our country, it's cars, it's people, there's always traffic.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a shock. Yeah. But living in Cape Town, I can actually see the Dutch influence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yes, definitely. The infrastructure and the way we do things in the Western Cape is definitely similar to this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe if I can add, what I like about coming to Netherlands, the culture. I always feel welcome all the time. Yeah. The way you approach us, you talk to us, there is that element of respect, which I really appreciate and I like. I'm going to take it. Yes.
It's very nice. Yeah.
No, the trip was wonderful. It was fine, but I feel we also need an extra day to rock around next time. we can have more time because it's so hectic and tiring, and you need an extra day to see Amsterdam and go around. And you must really appreciate Daniela. She's been on her toes, and considering what she told me that she's still learning English, she's doing her best. We must give an applause to her. Everyone else, Indra, yes. The photos, we really enjoyed everyone. Everyone was so welcoming. Everyone was. You are looking forward to seeing us.
Yeah.
You are looking forward to be with us. Yeah. Well prepared, everything was spot on, just a few hiccups, but not something that you can actually write home about.
Yes.
But we must say thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You're welcome.
Thank you.
There's little time left. How do you strike the work, study, home balance?
It's not easy. it's not easy, but if you start something, you just have to soldier on and give it your all. Otherwise, you end up, one will suffer, because most of the time you're at work, you have to be a mother, you have to be a wife, you have to be everything. So you try and strike a balance and also include your family to say, please, can you help me here? And now is the time for us to know how to delegate things. You can't do everything on your own. Otherwise, you'll be drained and you lose it.
And I like the program. It helps one to balance the three, because the way it is structured, we are working in our subsets. Then we'll help each other, so that we are always on the same wavelength, so that no one is left behind. So the way the program is structured, it helps us tremendously to balance both personal and work and studies as well. Yes.
Plus the fact that it's action learning and that you do your
assignments
applying your
at
assignment.
work.
It's about work, so it makes it easier because you're still doing your work, but you're still studying at the same time.
So you have direct
So we will be doing assignments whilst working in our organization.
So that
which is very nice.
That helps out.
Yes. That helps so the balance, I guess. Yeah. And it was a reason for you to do an MBA.
Yes. One, for personal growth with the ever-changing technology and curriculum in tertiary degrees. One needs to be on par, if not ahead of what is happening, so that we can improve personally, on a personal level, and also business-wise. Yes.
I would say the same. For
and you
personal
think
growth.
an MBA suits the best to help you grow
Yes, definitely.
So even you started in September, right? September 2017. So now you're 5 months ahead.
Yes. The 5 months,
So you booked a lot of progress, I guess.
And also, if I may add, I like the lectures because they are so motivating. I liked what Prof. Pierce said. He said, you already have your MBA, you just have to prove it.
Very nice words.
And that's motivating. Because it means I'm capable of achieving the set standards.
Instead of being afraid if you can do it.
Yes.
And why did you choose for Business School Netherlands to follow an MBA?
Like we mentioned, it's a totally different approach to the other MBAs, because it's action learning, international action learning. It's not the traditional MBA. It's a different one where you really have to apply what you have learned. Because with other MBAs, you realize you do all these other subjects, the core modules, which you won't even use. As if you're trying to be a specialty in all of them, and yet they won't even be applicable to your own organization.
And another thing with this program is that with the traditional MBAs, you find that sometimes you have to be away from work to continue with the studies. By the time you come back, you can't apply what you have learned. So it's more like getting a certificate. Just to put on your CV. But with this action learning program, you apply, you implement as you learn. You don't have to be away from work. You can implement and see how it works and improve where you need to improve. It's ongoing. It's an ongoing process. You don't have to wait.
To be continued. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.